Hey guys, it is Friday, July 5th, and this is gonna be the first of many boat videos. So we've been kind of thinking about getting a boat for quite some time now. Harper has sailed with his family. They actually lived on a sailboat for a year, sailing in the Caribbean and Florida in that area. And they've been on the water almost since Harper was a baby, basically. And I have not spent pretty much any time on sailboats, but I have some familiarity with power boats and basic rules of sailing, navigating, being on the water, that sort of thing. So I definitely have a lot to learn. But we kind of wanted to do something that could be a little weekend project that didn't cost us an arm and a leg, and we could kind of put some of that elbow grease in and fix it up and then go for a little weekend sails. Eventually we will probably go for some longer sails up and down the eastern seaboard. But right now the plan is to sort of get her fixed up. We're up here on the western shore of Maryland on the Chesapeake Bay. So she'll be up here for a month or two probably, and we'll come up alternating weekends to do some work on her. And then hopefully by the end of the summer or early fall, depending on the weather and hurricane season, we will move her down the Intracoastal Waterway to Wilmington, which will be our home port. So this is the Dragonfly. She is a 30-foot 1978 S2, 9.2 meters, so 30 feet, 9.2A. So that means that the cockpit where you steer the boat is aft, as opposed to a 9.2C where it's a center cockpit. She's had a couple owners, but recently was purchased by a gentleman who sort of did some work and restored her. She was out of the water on the hard for quite some time, and he kind of got her fixed up and got her back in the water and floating, which, you know, first part of a boat is you want to make sure that it floats. And this will be our project. Cabin. Come down the companionway here. Underneath, right here, is our inboard diesel engine, and then this is our little galley here. So we have a 2-burner stove. Turn this off. 2-burner range, and it's marine alcohol fueled, so no gas or anything like that. A sink. We do not have a fridge. Instead, we have an ice box here. You can see we're stocked up on our Soccer Mom drinks, our Truly. And then just for storage back here. And then sort of the main salon here, we have this settee, this bench right here. And then we have a second larger kind of banquette here with a table, and that can come off, although right now it does not convert down to a bed. So that will be something that we will probably work on changing in the future so that we can sleep some extra folks here. Back in this corner, we have our electrical panel here. And then this kind of folds out, and this seat right here can fold up. So this is your chart table, navigation, radio. I just noticed that we have a cassette player, so that is probably going to come out, but it's kind of awesome. We should get a 12-year-old to see if they can figure out how to use it. Back here on the forward starboard side is a bunk, a single bunk. So this part here comes up, this cushion lays in here, and then that can fit, you know, a full-size adult with some extra storage. We will mostly use this as storage, but you know, if we have a couple people on here, we can sleep them. This settee here also comes off, and there's more cushioning under there, so this can also be bunk. It's a little bit narrow, but it'll work in a pinch. So right now we could sleep 4 people on the boat. When we transition this to become a bed, we will theoretically be able to sleep 6 people. That would be pretty tight, but you know, it helps. So back in here, as we head forward, this is the kind of retro air conditioner that pops into the hatch above the V-berth up front. So we're going to test that out today, see if that works. Step over it here. So you can see we have some cleaning to do. Probably rip up this carpet. This is our hanging locker. So, you know, some storage here, some more storage. More storage kind of all back in here. So like kind of a tiny house with a boat, you just sort of have storage wherever you can make it. Here is our head. Oops. We're storing some stuff again in here. So this is a full wet head, so when it's all kind of up, we've cleaned it up. This will be the bathroom, and then there's a shower attachment that goes on as well, so you can shower in here. Mostly while we are at berth or at port, we will use port facilities. And then up here is the V-berth. Right now it is tucked full of all kinds of stuff. So we have a 5 horsepower outboard that we're hoping will work with our little dinghy. We have extra sails, you know, all kinds of stuff. We did a nice big shopping trip at West Marine, safety equipment, all that stuff. And then this cushion right here pops into here to make this kind of more of a full-size bed. So this will be our normal bed, and there's storage underneath there as well. Just in case everyone thought Maryland was truly just a blue state, it's about the 3rd Trump flag we've seen on boats. Yeah, there's trash everywhere up here. So one of my projects that I'm trying to do before we head back to North Carolina is sort of wipe down and clean all of the wood surfaces in here. We have a lot of stuff that we need to do on the exterior of the boat that we're gonna kind of put until our next trip and try to knock out some of the little interior projects because next time we're down here, we're probably gonna actually stay on the boat. So we kind of want it to be as clean as possible. So I'm using all natural stuff, even though we're just wiping this down and kind of throwing the paper towels in the trash. We just sort of made a commitment that on the boat we're only going to use all natural stuff, just in case anything does get washed overboard. It goes, you know, into here, the Chesapeake Bay, or at home into the Sound or the river, and we just don't want to be kind of putting crap into the water. So I did this surface yesterday. Eventually we will sand this and reseal it, but for now we're just going to kind of give it a quick clean. So today I've got to kind of dust, let me pull back here, dust all of these, and then wipe down the door here on the head and all of this lovely wood surface stuff. So I'm just going to start forward here and then work my way aft. I'm trying to make sure, oh, hi Harper's butt. trying to make sure I use all of the proper terminology. So this is what's coming off as I'm, just kind of wiping down these walls. So I don't know if they just did a really bad job with the stain. It's a cheap stain, or they didn't seal it, or what. So kind of gross, but like I said, eventually we are going to strip it and restain it anyways. So right now it's just about getting it in a good enough shape to live on and move down to North Carolina. Doesn't need to be perfect. So the bad news is I didn't pay attention when I bought this, and it is almond scented, the wood polish here, but the good news is that the whole place smells kind of like an Italian bakery now. So, now I just want some cookies. Lunchtime. Because we're in Maryland, we of course had to do crab cakes. So we went to a restaurant recommended nearby, picked up some crab cakes, slaw, rice, coconut shrimp, and take a little bit of break from cleaning. Cheers. So it's Saturday afternoon. We ended up staying. We were going to leave this morning, and we stayed to do a little bit extra work on the boat. We worked on sort of the sump pump, like filling the water tank, cleaning the water tank, or putting some cleaner through it, and working through the lines and making sure that they were working correctly. And then the marina that we're at was having a sort of their annual party today, so we decided to stay and hang out and meet some people, and the dogs got to play in the water and do all of that good stuff. And so we're actually going to be staying on the boat tonight with the dogs, cooking dinner here. But we are getting ready to sort of head in and cook dinner. I don't know if you can see. No, it's if I switch this way. There is some storms coming in. So either the booms are fireworks left over that people are shooting off behind me, or thunder and lightning. So, we'll kind of see how it goes. The first night in the boat could be a pretty stormy night. And then tomorrow morning we'll keep working on some other projects.
flushing bacteria, so she can't fall in. Alright, boom, I'll figure it out. Is this gonna be too small for you?